Our topic is the curse has been broken. Are you going to be obedient to the Most High? Some people may be saying in their minds, Alan, why are you dwelling on this curse broken? The breaking of the curse is significant in the history of the Israelites. The breaking of the curse is significant in the history of the children of the transatlantic slave trade. If we do not understand the prophecy of the breaking of the curse, we will be in great trouble, and our descendants will be in great trouble. Everything that is happening around us today have to do with the breaking of the curse. Right? So don't get weary. Try to understand where I am coming from. It is important, it's significant. The scripture reading is coming to you from Genesis chapter 15, 13, 14, and 16. In Genesis chapter 15, 13, then he says, Abraham, know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them for 400 years. And also the nation who they serve, I will judge. Afterwards, they shall come out with great possession. 16. But in the 4th generation shall they return here, for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet completed. It is significant that we pay attention to this prophecy. As I told you before, that this is the short version of the prophecy that the Most High gave to Abraham. That is all the Most High wanted Abraham to know about what was going to happen to his descendants, that he came and pleaded to the Most High for. But if you go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 to 68, you are going to see the elaboration of the prophecy that the Most High gave to Abraham in Genesis chapter 15, 13, 14, and 16. You are going to see the elaboration of that prophecy. The question we are here to answer: are you going to be obedient to the Most High? And some people may be confused about, what do I mean if you are going to be obedient to the Most High? A part of this prophecy was also answered. A part of this prophecy was answered in the book of Obadiah. As we have learned from previous study, the Edomites are the Caucasians. Let us read Obadiah chapter 1, verse 11. And the Most High is telling the Edomites what they should not have done. Why he is going to give them the ultimate punishment that he have prophesied will come upon them. In the day that you stood on the other side, and in the day that strangers carried away captive his forces, speaking about Israel, when foreigners enter his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even you were one of them. 15. And 15 is where the question is going to be answered. For the day of the Lord upon all the nation is near. As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your reprisal shall be returned upon your own head. This is the Most High words to the Israelites about the Edomites. The Most High says, as they have done, it shall be done to them. Hello, Evelyn Lawrence. Nice to see you. As they have done to you, it shall be done to them. Are you going to be obedient to the Most High? Lest you forget, let me remind you. Lest you forget, let me remind you of your obligation as it relates to this text. Let me remind you as to your obligation as an Israelite as it relates to this text. That is what the Most High is saying to the Israelites for us to consider. For those who have taken advantage of us, for those who enter into our land with our enemies and enslave us, as you have done, so shall it be done to you. They took us from our homeland. They bring us away from our culture. They bring us away from our language. They bring us away from everything that we knew, understand, and love. And they brought us to a place where we did not even know the language. Some people were kidnapped. Some people were offered a better future. But when they bring us here, we experience all manner of atrocities. Our women were raped. Our men were raped. We were murdered. We were beaten. We had our legs and limbs amputated. They castrated us like dogs who didn't want to multiply. People, lest you forget, let me remind you. They had a thing that they call book breaking. When they take one Israelite man and they make him have sex with another Israelite man to break him and to humiliate them. They had something that they call motherfuckers, where they put the bag over a son's head and allow him to have sex with his mother, unknowing who he is actually having sex with. And then they shame that son by calling him a motherfucker. Today, the African Americans shame their parents every time they use that word. The cause is broken. The judgment has started. The sentence will be dished out. A lot of people is waiting for the Most High to come to do what He have given us, the power, the authority, and the wisdom to do for ourselves. Never they. Like a parent, after you would have taught your children how to wash the ways in the kitchen, you don't go and wash it for your child. After you taught your child how to tie his shoes, you don't bend down and tie the shoe lace for your child. When you teach your child how to use the toilet, you don't take him to the toilet and put him on a potty. When you teach a child how to read, you give him a book and you send him to develop his reading skills. The Most High is not going to do for us what He gave us, the power, the wisdom, and the authority to do for ourselves. He put it in the prophecy. Right? He put it in the prophecy. Like He did to Gideon and the Midianites, He have given us the power to do this for ourselves. Like He did for Samson. One man fight against the Philistine army, like He did to Abraham when Abraham destroyed the 5 kings of Elam, like He did to Simeon and Levi when they go into the city of Shemek and destroy everyone. The Most High is going to give us the power to take vengeance upon those who have oppressed and exploited us. In Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15, as you have done, so it shall be done to you. Your reprisal shall return on your own head.